Rapunzel. Long ago, there lived a couple in a city. They had no child. The wife always remained sad, so she became too weak and fell ill. There was a garden in front of her house which had beautiful trees of flowers. She often used to sit at the window to look at those flowers. The plants of the garden had an healing effect. They could cure a sick person and could make a woman capable of bearing a child. This was known to the couple. The owner of the garden was a wicked witch, so no one would ever dare to go there. One day the wife said to her husband, "If I get the plants of the garden, I will be cured and be able to become a mother." The husband said, "I know, but the garden belongs to a witch." The wife said nothing and became sad. The husband thought that he should take the risk of the witch to make his wife happy. So one day he went into the garden. He collected the plants and returned to his house. His wife prepared the vegetable with those plants and ate them. It was very tasty. She again requested her husband to bring the plants. Next day he entered the garden again. But while coming back, he was seen by the wicked witch. She got furious and said, "Oh, you wicked man, how dare you come into my garden? I will teach you a lesson." The man got frightened. He apologized. "I had no intention to steal the plants. My wife is ill for want of a child. These plants can cure her. I came here to take the plants for her. I am sorry. Please forgive me." Then the witch said, "All right, I can let you go on a condition that you will give me the first child born to her." The man had to accept the condition to save his life. He returned home and told his wife everything. Time passed by, and one day his wife gave birth to a girl. The witch came to know about it. She came and took the girl with her. She brought up the girl with great love and care. She named her Rapunzel. Rapunzel grew up into a very beautiful and attractive girl. The girl was extraordinary in her beauty, so the witch kept her in a tower which had no doors or stairs. The witch did not want that anyone should come to know about her. Rapunzel had long hair that could touch the ground from the top of the tower, so whenever the witch wanted to meet her daughter, she called her, "Rapunzel, I want to come up. Drop your braided hair." And she would drop her hair for the witch to climb up along it. Thus, time was passing by. One day, a prince happened to pass by. The sweet song of Rapunzel fell into his ears. He looked up and found a very beautiful girl singing. He searched for a way to go up, but failed to find it. Then suddenly the witch came there. The prince hid himself behind the bushes. As usual, the witch called to her daughter, who let her hair fall down, and she went up. The prince observed all this. Then he began to wait for the witch to go. After the witch was gone, the prince came out from his hiding and called out, imitating the voice of the witch, "Rapunzel, I want to come up. Drop your braided hair." Rapunzel could not recognize the voice and dropped the hair. The prince went up quickly. Seeing a stranger, she became frightened and spoke in a trembling voice, "Who are you? Why did you come here?" The prince said, "Oh, beautiful girl, do not get frightened. I will do no harm to you. I am a prince. I came here hearing your song. You are very beautiful and have a sweet voice." Rapunzel lost her fear. They talked for some time. Then the prince went away and promised to come again. Next day the prince came again to meet her. Thus, they began to meet every day. The prince began to come daily after the witch went. One day, the prince told Rapunzel, "I love you and want to marry you. Would you like to marry me?" She replied shyly, "I would like to marry you and live with you, but the witch will not let me go with you." The prince said, "We should not care for the witch. I will come tomorrow to take you with me. Be ready to go with me. We will live in the palace happily." The prince left and asked her to wait for him the next day. Next day she got ready in her good dress. When the witch came and saw her, she was surprised and said, "What is the matter? Why are you looking so happy?" Then Rapunzel told the witch, "A very handsome prince loves me and wants to marry me. He will come today to take me with him, so I am very happy." The witch became furious and cried, "What nonsense you are talking! Have I brought you up for marriage? You cannot go anywhere." The witch took her to an unknown place and said, "Now you will never see him again. He will not be able to find you. Live here or die." Then the witch returned to the tower to punish the prince. As usual, the prince came in the evening. He also brought a silk rope with him to bring Rapunzel down. He called her to drop the braided hair, but despite repeated calls, he did not see her hair. So the prince became suspicious. At that moment, the witch came before the prince and said, "Now, she doesn't live here." The prince asked eagerly, "Where is she then? Tell me." "So you thought you can take her with you? Impossible. Now you will never be able to see her again," guffawed the witch. The prince requested her, "Do not say so. Tell me where she is." The witch said, "You are so sad for her. Now suffer her separation. I curse you to become blind." The prince turned blind due to the curse of the witch. He kept on going here and there in search of Rapunzel. He reached a hill where he heard Rapunzel singing. Hearing her voice, the prince cried, "Rapunzel, where are you?" When she heard the prince's call, she was very happy and ran in the direction of the sound. She came to the prince and hugged him. She wept bitterly. The tears fell on the eyes of the prince and he was cured of his blindness. He was able to see again. Now both were very happy. Rapunzel said, "We should go from here immediately. If the witch comes, she will kill us." The prince pacified her and said, "Do not worry. We will reach the palace before she comes." The prince brought Rapunzel to his country. The parents of the prince were very happy to see such a beautiful bride for their son. Rapunzel's parents also came to the palace. Soon, the prince and Rapunzel got married and began to live happily.